Hey super friends, Jason Inman here. You might have already seen this on Twitter and on Facebook, but I'm super excited to announce that I wrote a book. Yeah, that's right, with more words and very little pictures. Actually, there aren't any pictures in this. It's a prose book. I wrote a prose book, guys. And not only that, a Ghostbuster read it. Yeah, Dan Aykroyd. Dan Aykroyd himself read my book. Well, first off, let me say, my book is called Super Soldiers, a salute to the comic book heroes and villains who fought for their country. It's a non-fiction book looking at comic book superheroes, male, female, every branch of the military, and especially based in the United States, that have served in the US military, and my thoughts from my personal experience in the military about whether I think they are good service members or not. Now, you don't have to take my word about it, because I actually think it's a really good book. I think it's a really fun book. I think it's a really nerdy book. And Dan Aykroyd, this is what he had to say about my book. Dan Aykroyd said, Jason Inman demonstrates vividly and entertainingly how the superhero pantheon is firmly rooted in the disciplines, lore, and traditions of American combatants throughout history. The creators of all these characters took a good look at real-life military heroes for their inspirations, and now Mr. Inman makes that link clear. All right, now before I tell you a little bit more about that, first things first, you can pre-order the book right now on Amazon, Apple Books, Barnes & Noble, IndieBound. Basically, you can walk into your local bookstore and pre-order it. This is like Geek History Lesson distilled with a little bit of military, distilled with a little bit of comic book. So if you like Geek History Lesson, our podcast, you like some of the videos you see in this channel, guys, this book is exactly for you. It's very personal and it's very nerdy, and I'm so proud about it. It comes out on June 15th, but if you know anything about books and comic books, stuff like that, books live or die on pre-order. So please go pre-order it as soon as possible. There is a link in the description, and I'm gonna sweeten the deal a little bit about this book. Right now, if you go pre-order the book in store or at the link in the description, and then you take a screenshot of your purchase and you email it to my email address at jasoninmanauthor@gmail.com with the subject line, "Here is Super Soldiers Preorder," not only will I send you a personal thank you message right back to you, but I'll give you the first 3 chapters of the book early. Yeah, you'll get to read the chapters of the book early, and you're gonna get an exclusive video about my writing process in the book, what characters I decided to include, what characters I decided not to include, and this only counts for the pre-orders in April, so do not miss your chance. Go pre-order the book and send me an email, because I want you to read the first 3 chapters before anybody else in the world. So, if you don't know, I'm a veteran of Operation Iraqi Freedom. So when I reached out to Mango Publishing with some ideas about some books, Mango Publishing was like, hey, why don't you talk about military superheroes? And I was like, that's a great idea. And so quickly, very quickly, this idea came about because I have a deep connection between comic books and the military in my personal career, because when I was serving in Iraq in a care package, I got an issue of Superman and I got an issue of Ultimate X-Men, and it sort of rekindled my love of comic books. So this book was my chance to go back into that career, go personal with my stories, tell you some of my military stories in book form while comparing adventures of Captain America and Captain Marvel and Sergeant Rock and Nick Fury and all these other various characters that are in the book that I can't tell you about yet. But I also thought I would read you a little bit of the book, because not only is there a Kindle version of my book, an ebook, there's a physical version of my book, there's eventually going to be an audiobook. And you're gonna be able to hear my book read to you in the car, at grandma's dinner, or in the space shuttle, wherever you want. So here is, I wanted to read to you, I wanted you to hear the very first people to ever hear my book, small taste of the upcoming audiobook. Here you go. This is from the Captain America chapter. Whenever I think of the good captain, the very first image that pops into my head is the cover to Captain America Comics #1. Released in 1941, this cover features Captain America socking Adolf Hitler in the jaw, as Cap's good pal and sidekick, Bucky, salutes the camera as if to say, job well done. Even if you think you've never seen this image, I'm certain you've glimpsed it in a comic book or pop culture store sometime in your lifetime. It's iconic, the very image of America punching evil right in its stupid face. The cover declares, smashing through Captain America, came face to face with Hitler. And he certainly did. I like to think this image has something to do with the lasting legacy of Captain America. With a debut image this striking, how could the comic book reading audience ever forget him? So there you go. I think that's pretty tasty. I think it's a juicy little morsel. And that is your first taste of my book. It comes straight out of the Captain America chapter. So please, as I said, go pre-order my book at Barnes & Noble, Amazon, all those other places. Take a screenshot of your receipt, email it to me at jasonninmanauthor@gmail.com. All this information's down in the description. I will send you the first 3 chapters for free and an exclusive video. I hope you love this book as much as you love this channel, as much as you love the podcast, as much as you love anything I've done. My heart and soul is in this book, and I'm so very excited for you guys to read my book, Super Soldiers, coming to stores very, very soon. So get your bookmarks ready, guys, because I want you to slot them right in my book, and I want you to enjoy all the comic book goodness mixed with some true American service member heart and soul. I'm Jason Inman. Thanks for watching. Please go buy my book.